Are you okay? You look a little queasy, Gav. That's not really something that happens to the undead, you know? Oh, I see. Sorry. It must be unsettling to be riding in a walking carriage. Yeah, I don't always reanimate full corpses. The legs on this carriage came from a couple of dead trolls I came across. The upper bodies weren't in good enough condition for reanimation after a pack of dire wolves got to them, so I made use of what was left. It looks pretty creepy, I know, but it's really useful. Corpses aren't often left on the side of well-maintained roads for very long, so having a carriage that can handle any terrain is necessary for my work. The good news is you don't have to ride much longer. That's my home up there. Yeah, I know. A necromancer living in some old ruins. Who would have guessed, right? There's a reason for that, though. Places that have seen lots of death can amplify a necromancer's power. Not to mention all the free bones down below the surface. This place was a fortress of some kind once, totally impervious to attack, from what I can tell, but they weren't at all prepared for a simple mudslide to toss the whole thing down the mountainside. I don't plan to leave it a big pile of rubble, of course. Once I have the workforce for it, we'll rebuild. Even after all these years, the stone is high quality, so we'll be able to have a really steady base. For now, I found a few chunks that are pretty much intact. That's where we're staying. What's wrong? Second thoughts? About what? Living? It's not that bad, is it? I didn't think the living conditions mattered. The deal I offered you, I gave to 4 other people. 3 accepted life happily, and 1 decided they'd rather be dead than serve someone else. You're the only one who cared whether your second chance at life was going to be comfortable. Sorry. I did say that I wanted you to follow of your own free will. I just wished I'd have known beforehand that you had conditions. I wish I could tell you that you can just leave any time you like and be free, but your choices are pretty much this or death. Your body has been torn to pieces and stitched back together again. You can't survive without regular infusions of my magic. If you don't stick around, you'd be dead again in a month. I know. It's a really rough break, Gav. Nothing about your current situation is even remotely fair. But people don't always get what they deserve. In fact, it's pretty rare. You have to take the options that are put in front of you. That's the spirit! And I promise your living conditions are going to improve a lot in the future. My other whites are out recruiting more followers to help with the reconstruction effort. Like I said, there are 3 others. I think 4 is a good number for now. Someday I might train you in stitching and reanimation, but for now, the others have that covered. I have a different job in mind for you. Well, you're an adventurer, right? That means you're the only wight I have with any combat experience. Maybe, but a novice is better than nothing. I need you to be my general. Well, general might be a bit generous at the moment. Those guards that you can see ahead are all I have as far as armed forces go. Relax. I can conjure spirits, so I can get you all kinds of great teachers. But a spirit can't lead other undead, I'm afraid. It has to be you. Believe me, I wouldn't put you in charge of anything if I didn't trust you. You died trying to be stronger than you were. You have ambition, but you've also learned a powerful lesson in caution. Combine all that with your pedigree, and it makes you a promising leader. Trying is all I ask. I'm sure you'll do great. Well, we're here. Let's get out and get you set up. Oh, hang on. First, I want to give you an examination to see how your body is holding up. You haven't done much to stress it yet, but I could have made a mistake somewhere along the line. First, let me inspect the stitches and make sure they're holding. Mostly good, although this one that runs over your shoulder looks like it's pulling at the skin a bit. You were missing quite a bit of skin there, so I think what's left is being stretched too much. It'll be fine for right now, but sometime tonight I should give you a skin graft and redo the stitches to ease that tension. How is your leg treating you? Well, both, I suppose. But I'm mostly interested in that one that's all bone. It can't exactly hurt. You can't feel pain anymore. But are you having any problems with it? Is it moving how you want it to? Ah, that's good. That limp probably won't go away, but you'll learn to live with it. For an undead, you're actually pretty limber. How about your left arm? Are you adjusting to the prosthetic? Great. I'm hoping that someday I'll be able to give you a functioning hand. For now, stitching dead parts from one person onto another leads to complications. It's been done before, though. I just need to figure out the secret. And lastly, your innards. No point in opening you up to look, but does everything feel okay there? Yes, the coldness is normal. The last of your blood is being filtered through your bile sac. The bile keeps you warmer, so as more of it moves from your core to your limbs, it feels like your core is cooling down. So otherwise, all normal? Great! I'm going to need to give you regular checkups. Without the ability to feel pain, it'll be harder for you to know if you've been damaged in any way. Now, any questions about your duties? never did tell you what my goal was, did I? Oh, I guess that's sort of important, huh? Well, have you heard of the Bewildering Woods? Yeah, most adventurers have. It's the ultimate challenge. A huge expanse of cursed forest that's easy to get lost in, full of monsters, and that almost nobody has ever made it out of alive. Well, it's a huge problem. On this side of the forest, it's just a simple geographic barrier like any other, like a lake or a mountain. You just go around it. But there's a small nation on the other side, named Glev, that's nestled into a nook. It's surrounded by the Bewildering Woods on almost all sides, with only an exit to the north. On paper, it's a great defense. They don't have to worry about attacks from anywhere, but that's one narrow passage. But it also makes it easy to lay siege to the entire country. And, sure enough, that's what's happening. A rival nation has plans to block off their path, and Glev is too weak to do anything about it. They have the means to feed themselves for now, but over the coming years it's going to become harder and harder for them to get by without being able to trade with other nations. Eventually they'll have to give up all their land with barely a fight. I want to stop what's happening by forging a path through the Bewildering Woods. If they can get a resupply from the other side, then there's no problem. Big task, I know. Even getting one person in and out is almost impossible, to say nothing of making a safe and reliable trade route. But that's the great thing about necromancy. The more dangerous the location, the more powerful I am, and the more raw material there is at my disposal. The plan is to build up a sizable army of high-quality undead, and then start blazing a trail. The undead can guard and patrol the path day and night, tirelessly. As we go further in, we can bolster our ranks with more undead that we make from the dead adventurers or slain monsters. You're going to be incredibly important for all this. As general, you'll be spearheading the whole operation. Eventually, of course. We have a long way to go before we'll have enough undead to start. How do you feel? Is it all a bit overwhelming? Yeah, you'd be crazy not to be intimidated. But don't worry, Gaff. I have faith in you. You're going to be an incredible Undead General. I just know it. I'll be here every step of the way. Now, let me show you to your rooms. I've set aside a nice chunk of intact building for you. You don't need to sleep anymore, but it's still important to have a place that's all your own. I really think you're going to learn to love it here. I can't wait for us to work together, Gaff. Hey everybody, it's me, Gemini Audios. Just wanted to say thank you to the patrons who are helping support this channel. If you want to support in any way, feel free to look. The links will be down below. Also, if you're 18 years or older, feel free to join us in the Gemini Audios Discord server. We hang out, we chill. Also, I'll be live streaming more. Also, we do other things like game nights. Also, you can meet up with people, talk, chat, and get to know us. And sometimes I'm in there, so feel free to come and chat with me if you ever want to speak and hang out. The link to the Discord will be down below as well. Thank you guys so much. And remember, Gemini loves you. Bye-bye!